Hello, this is Mark Tucker with a Speech Markdown update. It's been just over 2 weeks since the Speech Markdown specification was released to the internet as open source. And there are a number of different projects under the Speech Markdown umbrella, including that specification that can be used by developers in any programming language to create grammars and formatters and parsers for Speech Markdown for whatever language they want to do. And there is an implementation in JavaScript, and we're going to talk about that today. So this is the speechmarkdown.org website. You can come here and it will give you some information on what Speech Markdown is and why you'd want to use it in your projects, and documentation on the specification and how to get access to the different projects. So for those who are new to Speech Markdown, the voice assistants like Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant use a special formatting language called SSML, or Speech Synthesis Markup Language, to format text so that when you do text to speech, then the voice assistant knows how to put in breaks or emphasize certain text over other text. You get to influence how the text is spoken. And this is analogous to in the HTML world, where when you're creating HTML content, you can either code that in HTML or you can code that in something like Markdown and be able to have that converted into HTML for you. So very similar, but this is for the voice world. There are a number of reasons why you might want to use Speech Markdown over SSML, and this website is going to help you understand that. It's going to also give you a link to where the different projects are, as well as documentation, like what is Speech Markdown, some of the different ideas about what are formatters, and then also here the syntax. So you can come under here for each of the different syntax elements and figure out, well, what would you type in as far as Speech Markdown and how that would be converted to SSML for the different platforms. So next, we're going to go ahead and go to one of those projects, and that's the Speech Markdown JS project. It is a work in progress, but it's taking that specification that we just looked at on the website of the different syntax elements, and it's converting that into JavaScript so that you could use that in any of your JavaScript projects, whether you're using Lexis Skills Kit, Jovel Framework, or any other JavaScript-based language for creating your skills. It also can be used if you're creating your actions for Google Assistant using JavaScript as well. So great project, and it's a work in progress. We're making some progress on that. We'd love to have you come help us out. And this just shows you basically the syntax of what that would look like. But this part down here is going to show you what has actually been implemented. And so we're making some progress on this. Also, there are some issues up here. So if you'd like to join the project, come join. We would love your help, and we can get working on solving some of these issues and getting this further implemented. But the part that I'm really excited about showing you today for the very first time is available is this JSFiddle project that is a sample converter. So I've got a text box here. I can type in my Markdown and I'll get SSML. So I can just type in, let's go ahead and run that. So I can type in hello there. And first thing that we notice is that that text is going to be converted into SSML. And it's going to throw on the speak tags for us. But what if I wanted to have a pause, like a break inside of where when I'm talking? That's just a simple 1 second break here. And you'll notice that that is going to add the SSML break tag down here. Now, it also recognizes paragraphs, and let's say this is Speech Markdown. Now, with Speech Markdown, some elements have a short format, but everything has a standard format. So what's the difference? So here's a short format example. If I wanted to emphasize the word Speech Markdown in my text, I can go ahead and add that. See how it added an emphasis tag, moderate, enclosing that Speech Markdown, those two words. If I wanted to make that strong, I could do that. And that just changed it to strong. The other options in this case are reduced. And if you wanted to remove any current formatting from it, you could change it to none. So we've got that. That's pretty cool. But what would a standard format for that look like? So the standard format, this is standard format. And what the standard format is that we're going to enclose in parens the text that we want to modify, and in square braces what we're going to include. So this is going to be an emphasis, and if you notice right here that it went ahead and added the emphasis tags, and in this case there is a default, so I could just do emphasis and it would do moderate, or I could also say that I wanted it to be strong and it would convert it to strong. Another format that's available currently is the characters, where if you've got numbers or characters, you can spell it out like apple is spelled A-P-P-L-E, right? But that's just going to say apple is spelled apple until we do that and say that it's characters. So now that is formatted as characters. This is just a beginning of what's possible, but what you would do at this point in time if would be able to take this SSML and include that in your project. Or you could include this Speech Markdown module inside your Node project and just have it convert for you. And if you notice over here, you can specify which platform you want to convert, because different assistants implement SSML differently. And so you can specify which platform. So if you're doing a project for Alexa, you can say that the platform's Alexa. If you're doing it for Google, it will. You can specify that there, and then that the SSML that gets created would be the specific flavor for whatever platform that you're using. So I'm really excited about this project. I hope you'll come join us, and we'll keep making progress on Speech Markdown. Thank you very much.